Hey everybody. So I guess the story today is the Social Security numbers and how we have 250-year-old people. We don't have any 250-year-old people. Okay, and those Social Security numbers don't have anything to do. Well, they did have something to do with people. They just don't anymore. Okay, here's the problem. When Alexander Hamilton established the Bank of the United States, Alexander Hamilton, this is in his writings. This is in his writings. You can go read. I've read every piece of writing from Alexander Hamilton that I could get my hands on. When he did the reconciliation of states' debts, okay, there was an $8 million surplus. Now, they had loans out from like the Dutch and France, right? But those are international credit lines, okay? Which means your value is in credit. Remember, Alexander Hamilton ran a trading charter out of Nevis when he was like 11 years old or something. He was a mathematical genius, and he understood mercantile banking and credit lines. So what Alexander Hamilton did with this $8 million surplus is he seeded the bank of the first bank of the United States, okay? I think the first bank of the United States of America. I can't remember the exact name, okay? But he had asset, right? He had asset, a seed of $8 million. He took that $8 million and he turned it and called it debt, because he turned it as the government owed it, the United States owed it to the American people. So America became the grantor. The United States became the United States of America became the grantor and beneficiary. The United States became the administrator, all right, and the United States of America, I believe, became the trustee. I'd have to think about it. It's how it's set up, right? That's why there's an America, there's a United States, and there's United States of America. 3 parts, because it's one big trust. Okay? Then he took that funds, basically said the American people, the United States of America is for the United States of America. The United States of America is the beneficiary of that trust. And the government owes the beneficiary $8 million that they have been given to administer. Okay? And then he started to lend those funds out, and those funds that were lended out to facilitate the growth of commerce as trade lines, earning interest for the Treasury for the United States of America, who are the beneficiaries. The American people are not in debt. The American people are owed, and the United States government is in debt to the American people and the United States of America, because it's for the United States of America. Those accounts that go all the way back are not people. They are trust accounts for future labor. So they put an investment in, and it becomes a trust, and then that investment is like an insurance policy to protect the nation from bankruptcy by banking on an individual's future labor. That's how it works. Okay? The national debt is owed to the United States of America, its people. The United States government is the administrator of that debt. Okay? I hope that explains it. So what's happened is that those accounts have built up so much interest, and they cannot be liquefied because of how they're held, because the U.S. Congress refused to build an account that would allow those assets to be discharging that debt. Subsequently, Donald Trump has built this sovereign fund. He's built the sovereign fund to move when people die. That account is dissolved. That account number is dissolved. And then those assets are moved over to the sovereign fund. And that is the that is the account, those are the bank accounts that go to be discharged back into our communities and into our nation so that we can rebuild our nation. All right. I hope that kind of explains what that is. But Social Security numbers are not people. Social Security numbers are trust accounts. Those trust accounts are, while you're living, it's a insurance policy to the nation on your future labor. When you pass over, they are to be dissolved and moved over so that they can be discharged. It's kind of like our circulating bank account. Congress never built a account that those assets can be put into so that they could be discharged, because they were using their organizations as distribution systems for the national debt. So they were building their own individual ones so that they could siphon money out of them, basically skimming the top. Trump's saying, no, we're going to have one fund, and that fund is going to circulate back into the nation. That's how we can buy Greenland and stuff like that. All right. God bless. Godspeed.